live yet? Put me on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in an emergency situation. I have USA Today, the New York Times, the Washington Post, I'll show you all the articles in a moment, saying America is now in a civil war and that Republicans, conservatives, Christians, and yes, white people will be killed on the streets. They're announcing a civil war has now been launched against the American people. It's being led by Maxine Waters. Now, our office has been inundated. I had to drive in. I was at home having dinner with my wife and children with Democratic Party operatives tweeting at InfoWars and tweeting at the NRA, tweeting at Trump, the Great Escape Steve McQueen movie, where Nazis are in a restaurant and they all get machine gunned. And they're saying hundreds of Twitter accounts. There's millions of retweets. This is just one that we pulled up. I got asked to leave. It's nothing. Here's how Trump administration officials will be treated at restaurants if we don't stop them now. They should thank us. So I'm at home about an hour and a half ago. It's like 8:40 right now. And my phone's ringing. They're like, we're getting sent this video saying this is what's going to happen to you. So I look it up and I just type in the Great Escape on Twitter and the left is sending this out on thousands of accounts. Dozens I've looked at, but it's top trending, saying we're going to machine gun Trump supporters. This is what we're going to do. I mean, this is next level, ladies and gentlemen. You saw the left back. They would take some story about a cop that wasn't even true in every case. I mean, cops do bad stuff. I'll cover it if they're bad. And they'd say, well, cops are getting shot. A cop would supposedly shoot somebody in one city, and 1,000 miles later, they would shoot some cop in the back of the head, pumping gas, and CNN would say, well, they deserve it. Cops are bad. Or when Congressman Scalise got shot, they had a guest on Wolf Blitzer, and they said, well, this guy's a hero. Wolf Blitzer's like, yeah, he is. So these people are crazy. I mean, they are trying to start a civil war, and Trump's turning the economy around. He's bringing everybody together racially. He's doing all this. So I want to play you the clip that the left, that these deranged Antifa-type professors, M.S. Bellows Jr. is just one of the accounts, first thing that came up. This was a day ago, but now it's gone viral. They're sitting out everywhere saying, you're lucky we just kicked you out of the Red Hen. This is what's coming. So now we know why the left wanted our Second Amendment, so they would be unopposed. I hope it doesn't ever come to this, but I'm getting freaked out by just how aggressive these people are. I've had hot coffee dumped on me. I've had my family threatened. I've had them do all this, and I've had all sorts of things happen. And I've seen Maxine Waters with all her corruption saying, if you see a member of the cabinet or a Trump supporter, go and attack them, get in their face, wherever they are, push them out. Don't let them have lunch. Don't let them pump gas. Don't let them have a hotel room. That's what the KKK did with the Democratic Party to black people. I mean, this is wrong. So let's go ahead and play about a minute clip from The Great Escape. This is part of the clip they're sending around saying this is next. So this is the level of, in my view, terroristic threats that are taking place. Here it is.
2 et 3 et voilà de l'eau. Bon appétit, monsieur. Merci. Monsieur, téléphone pour vous.
Téléphone pour moi?
Oui, monsieur, téléphone. Téléphone, venez ici, par ici. Voilà, monsieur, téléphone.
Merci. Hello? Hello? Resistance?
You are English.
I'm Australian. The dites-moi.
You can speak English, I understand.
Bloody good.
So, both my grandfathers were in the Army Air Corps, and both almost died fighting Hitler. And then I look at leftists all day who are funded by George Soros, an admitted Nazi collaborator, saying, we're going to kill you Nazis. And so now they've dehumanized us like Hitler dehumanized the Jews and others and said, you're all Nazis. So all these weird, professors can dress up in Antifa outfits and go hit a young woman in the head with a bike lock or stab somebody or burn their car. And now they're saying, you're all Nazis. We're going to kick you out of restaurants like the brown shirts did. We're going to kick you out of gas stations. We're going to do all this. And then their very people are all over Twitter sending InfoWars videos of people shooting us because we're the National Socialists. America's coming back. The economy's coming back. Thousands of factories are coming back. Trump is an American patriot. The communist Chinese have killed over 100 million of their own people. They're the ones running Hollywood and this whole attack on America. And I got news for all you leftists. I'm not going to stop no matter how many threats you send us, but I'll cover tomorrow, 11 a.m. during the weekday show. I mean, we've got the tweets at us, the threats like, this is what we're going to do to you, Jones. I called 2 crew members that were already home, our news director and one of the video editors, to drive down here because I had to cover this. But tomorrow, we're going to show you this is what they're sending thousands of accounts. I mean, it's one of the top trending videos. They are sending, saying, this is what's going to happen to you. And what do you think? I like crap my pants? No, I like go, God, I've got to fight harder. I've got to stand up. I mean, who are these people? What is their plan? Why are they so aggressive? Why are they so crazy? Why are they doing this? The EU was a Nazi program. The EU, under the Nazis, was allied with radical Islam and wanted to repopulate Europe with Islam. And that's history. And then you guys are all so whacked out now that when you see me in public, you run up and scream and yell. And then when I say anything back, you call the police. And then now you show the Great Escape with Steve McQueen, who was the mentor to Chuck Norris, and who was a super patriot conservative. I mean, go look this up. They are sending out a video of machine gunning Nazis saying, this is what's going to happen to Republicans. And I mean, I don't want to kill liberals. God, you're all like in debt and got 3 degrees and are all freaked out and we're all into being wimps. Now you want some existential big battle with us. And when I say I don't want war, I notice on Twitter, they go, F you, we're going to kill you. We want war. And I'm like, is this like some setup to manipulate the left into martial law? And because of that, we're going to end this live transmission. And in 5 minutes, I'm going live again with Trump now beginning to execute Rex 84. And I was the guy that exposed Rex 84, and I was against Rex 84. But now I realize the rest of the equation. So we're going to talk about that because the left is implementing their Red Dawn scenario. So that we're going to end this live show. But I've got USA Today. America is now in a civil war. How many times you hear that from me? That's what their goal. It's Bolshevik Revolution 100 years later in America, but run by Bezos and all these bankers. Historian links current political environment to civil war. Newswars.com. James Woods warns conservatives, get armed and vote. Your life depends on it. Not for offense, but defense. And it just goes on. So I want peace. But when I say I want peace, the left takes it as like a capitulation. All you weird beta males that want some big coming of age war. You never bash anybody's brains out. You never got out of your mother's basement. I'm sad you didn't. I don't say that with pleasure. But if you think that you're going to beat America, and if you think your threats scare me. I'm going to be real honest with you, and I'm going to end this live transmission. They don't scare me. They make me get scared because you start waking up the killer in me, and it just makes me feel real sorry for you because once the darkness of civil war settles, and once you got 400 million guns and 150 million gun owners running around with a big old heart on, I think they're probably going to kill some innocent people. But once you cross that line, America killed the Nazis. America beat the British. We do the hanging. And you think you're going to turn around and accuse people that have been defending the system that created all this wealth for you and tell us that we're the enemy? And you think, you leftists think sending, I got a bunch of calls, different members of our office all got sent that video saying, we're going to kill you. We're coming for InfoWars. We're going to shoot you. Do you think everybody shit their pants when you did that? No. You leftists don't even own guns or know how to use it. In your wildest dreams, you couldn't shoot bullseye at 400 yards. And I don't say that like on some power trip. It's like I'm a man that can see and you're blind. I am America. And I wanted you to be part of America. But if you think you're going to run around and kill a bunch of us, God almighty, you got another thing coming. And it's just like cleaning dog crap off your shoes, man. I don't want to do it, but you guys are just pathetic. So stage your false flags, do whatever you're going to do. You're losers. And run your mouths. But at a certain point, we can't just sit back and let you start a civil war. At a certain point, we got to move against you and Maxine Waters, the most corrupt member of Congress, the rest of you. I'm going to end this live transmission. It's almost 9 o'clock. We'll be back in 5 minutes with Rex 84 and the globalist plan that is now being launched to implode the U.S. and the counter movement against it, which is dangerous as well. I don't like the globalist plan to collapse the U.S., and I don't like the counter plan to it, but we are the designated place, not by some bill or not by some agency, but by fate, where you are about to hear the next year chronicled of America's destiny and the world's destiny. Tonight, I told you I was pregnant mentally on air today. I was beside myself. I couldn't even do the show. Half the segments were taped. We re-aired stuff because, and then it all crystallized 3 hours ago. And then before I began to come down here again, the phone began to ring. The threats were coming into the office and everywhere else, not just on these videos. So this is the reality. They are saying they're going to machine gun us because we believe in capitalism in America. They could go to Venezuela. They could go to Cuba. They could go to North Korea. They could go to China. They don't. They just dream this weird leftist dream that they're killing Nazis. But they took their VR goggles off. They realized they were trying to kill Americans. And that's what they're tweeting out right now. All right, in this transmission, we're going live in 5 minutes with the Rex 84 plan. Straight ahead. Stay with us.
A lot of his supporters believe that we are the enemy of the American people, and that is really, really an awful situation. We are not the enemy of the American people. We love the American people. We are not the enemy of the American people. We love the American people. We love the American people. We love the American people.
They came in peace.
We are not the enemy of the American people. We love the American people.
This is CNN.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.